Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're diving into a challenge that I think almost every small business owner feels deeply. It's that feeling of wearing just so many hats.
Oh, what? All at once.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, you're the CEO, you're doing the books, you're the HR manager trying to market the thing and overseeing operations. It's a lot.
It really is. And that passion, that entrepreneurial fire, it's vital, of course.
Absolutely. But passion alone doesn't always scale the business, does it?
Right.
What we're digging into today is how practical knowledge can build that solid foundation.
Mm-hmm.
So our mission is to pull out the key insights from this article called "In Which College Classes Should Small Business Owners Enroll?" Basically, trying to give you a shortcut to being well-informed.
Yeah, finding those strategic tools.
Right. Tools to sharpen decisions, streamline how things run day to day, and, ultimately boost the bottom line, profitability.
And what I found really interesting here, what caught my eye, was how accessible this knowledge actually is.
Right. Not some ivory tower thing.
No, exactly. The article talks about college-level classes, which might sound daunting, like a huge commitment maybe.
Yeah, time and money.
But often you can find them through community colleges, or there are tons of online platforms now, university extension programs.
Okay.
And the really surprising part, they're not just in the business school. You find useful stuff in technology departments, even liberal arts sometimes. It's about getting a well-rounded skill set.
Okay. All right, let's map this out then. The article suggests a kind of educational journey. We'll start with the absolute basics, the bedrock knowledge.
Mm-hmm. The fundamentals.
Then we'll get into optimizing the actual, day-to-day operations, using technology effectively, and then look at growth and innovation for the long haul.
Sounds like a good plan.
Okay. First up, Introduction to Business Administration. Now, for someone already juggling everything, this might seem almost too basic, like a step back.
I see what you mean.
What's a real, maybe non-obvious value the article points to here?
Sure.
Especially if you've been running your business for a while.
Yeah, that's a great question. It is the essential primer, especially if you didn't come from a formal business background.
Right.
It gives you that 30,000-foot view, covers the basics: management, marketing, finance, HR. But the surprising thing, I think, is how it clarifies the interconnections.
Ah, okay. How things fit together.
Exactly. You touch on organizational structure, workflow, ethics, how to actually read financial statements, strategic planning. Understanding how these pieces connect helps you align everything better, allocate resources more effectively.
So it might uncover some hidden efficiencies just by seeing the whole picture.
Precisely. Things you might miss when you're just focused on your specific area.
Okay, that makes sense. So with that big picture understood, the article moves to, the pulse of the business, the finances, accounting and financial management.
The big one.
Yeah, seems obvious, maybe, but lots of owners handle their own books, at least initially. What's the transformative bit here beyond just bookkeeping? What does the article say really helps growth?
Well, this is where you shift from just tracking numbers to actually using them for strategy. Financial literacy is just critical. For survival, sure, but definitely for growth.
Okay.
It's not just balancing the checkbook. It's about making data-driven decisions. You get into balance sheets, income statements, yes, but also budgeting, cash flow forecasting,
That T.
and cost-benefit analysis. The article really highlighted that as a place where businesses plug major profit leaks, uncovering savings you didn't even know were possible.
Wow. Okay. So it's not just about making more money, but saving more too.
Definitely. And basic tax planning. Just understanding your financial health lets you spend smarter, find weak spots, and invest strategically for growth.
All right. So you've built it, you believe in it, your finances are getting clearer. But how do people find out? How does the article suggest you connect with customers effectively through marketing principles?
Well, no business lasts without customers, right? Obvious. But the article points out that how you find and keep them is often, let's say, less than efficient for small businesses.
Yeah, kind of scattershot sometimes.
Exactly. This course helps you really understand your target audience deeply. Position your brand. Drive sales with messaging that actually resonates.
So less guessing, more strategy.
Right. Key topics are things like market research, understanding consumer behavior, branding, digital marketing basics, advertising strategy. But beyond just getting new customers,
Mm-hmm.
the article really emphasized how strategic segmentation and understanding different types of customers can drastically cut your marketing costs.
Oh, so you focus your spending where it counts most.
Precisely. Pinpoint where to invest for the best return. Turn those leads into loyal fans, not just one-off buyers.
Okay, I like that. Now, this next one, legal environment of business. For an owner strapped for time, taking a whole course on legal stuff, is that really a top priority compared to, say, sales? What's the compelling argument?
That's a really fair question, and the article argues it's maybe the most overlooked form of prevention. It's like installing a really good security system before you get robbed.
Okay, preventative, I get that.
Understanding the legal landscape helps you dodge those really expensive lawsuits, navigate regulations. The article stresses these preventative measures. Think about it.
Yeah.
Imagine building this amazing brand, pouring your heart into it, and then finding out someone else legally owns your name because you didn't look into intellectual property early on.
Oof, yeah, that would be heartbreaking and costly.
Exactly. This course, the article says, is like your shield. You cover business structures, LLC, S-Corp, whatever, contracts, negotiations, IP, employment law, government regs. It just helps you navigate those pitfalls early, keep things ethical and sound legally.
Okay, crucial foundation then. So your venture is legally protected. How do you make the actual day-to-day machinery run smoothly, efficiently, profitably? That sounds like operations management.
Yep, nailed it.
How does this one drill down into the nitty-gritty beyond the big strategy stuff?
Ops management is all about those internal processes, how you turn inputs, materials, time, effort into the final product or service. It focuses on making things more efficient, cutting costs, and really focusing on the customer experience in the process.
So things like supply chains, inventory.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Supply chain logistics, inventory control, quality assurance, optimizing workflows, even getting into things like lean principles or Six Sigma.
Those waste reduction methods.
Right. Methods to systematically cut waste and boost quality. The benefits are pretty clear. Less waste, better use of time and resources, higher product quality, which leads straight to happier customers and lower costs.
Makes sense. Now, people, often the biggest asset, right? But small businesses rarely have a dedicated HR department. How does a human resource management course help specifically a small business owner?
It's super important. This course basically gives you the blueprint for handling HR functions effectively, even if HR is, well, you.
Right, the HR hat.
Yeah, it covers the essentials, how to hire, onboard people smoothly, manage performance, understand critical employment laws, that's huge, compensation, benefits, even conflict resolution. Getting HR right minimizes turnover, which is incredibly costly. It boosts employee satisfaction, keeps you compliant, all essential for smooth daily operations. It helps you build a team that wants to stay and grow with you.
That's huge. Okay, next, project management. Every new thing feels like a project, right? Launching a product, redoing the website. What tools does this course give you?
It gives you structure, basically. Tools and frameworks to make sure those projects actually get finished on time, within budget.
Bringing order to the chaos.
Pretty much. You learn about planning, execution, allocating resources efficiently, managing risks before they derail things.
Okay.
You might cover different methodologies like agile versus waterfall, one's more flexible, one's more linear, and practical tools like Gantt charts to visualize timelines.
Got it. So it helps you actually execute on ideas instead of just having them float around.
Exactly. Avoid costly delays, use your people's time better. Really important for getting things done.
Absolutely. Now, business communication. Why is this considered like the backbone? Every interaction counts in a small business.
It really does. How you communicate emails to clients, pitching investors, even just instructions to your team, it directly shapes how your business is perceived. The article kind of frames this as being fundamental to operational cohesion, making sure everyone's on the same page.
Okay.
So the course covers, verbal, nonverbal cues, email etiquette, which is huge, writing proposals, reports, even public speaking or presentations.
Right.
Good communication just cuts down on misunderstandings, boosts morale, strengthens client relationships. It makes everything run smoother. It ensures your message actually lands.
Heard and understood. Okay. Now, time, the ultimate scarce resource for an owner. How does a time and productivity management course help turn time into an asset?
Yes. This elective helps you master your own productivity, but also, crucially, how to delegate effectively. It's about freeing up your time, your most valuable resource.
I feel like every entrepreneur relates to that feeling. Working crazy hours, but maybe not on the most impactful things.
Exactly. That 80-hour week where maybe only 20 hours felt truly productive. This course, the article suggests, helps flip that, not just for your sanity, but for actual business growth.
Okay, how? What kind of things do you learn?
Things like time blocking, prioritization frameworks, like the Eisenhower matrix, sorting tasks by urgency and importance.
Yeah, urgent, important.
Right. Smart delegation strategies, using task management software effectively, and even burnout prevention, which is critical.
Yeah, totally.
So you get more productive personally, allowing you to focus on the big picture stuff while also empowering your team. It's a win-win.
Okay, really practical. Let's shift gears a bit. Technology. It's everywhere, changing constantly. How does an information systems and technology for business course help an owner use tech for operational gains without getting lost in the weeds?
Good question. It introduces those essential systems like ERP for planning resources across the business, CRM for managing customer relationships, POS for sales.
Acronym City.
Yeah. But it also teaches how to use the data from these systems to make better decisions. The article stressed making informed tech investments, not just chasing the latest shiny object.
That's a key distinction.
Definitely. So you cover cloud computing, cybersecurity basics, super important data analytics, automating workflows, selecting and integrating software.
So it streamlines things, frees up time.
Exactly. Better communication, tracking customer behavior, automating repetitive stuff, leaves more brain space for strategy.
Okay. Now, for businesses making or moving physical goods, the supply chain is everything. What are the aha moments in a supply chain and logistics management course?
Mastering this optimizes, everything from getting raw materials to delivering the final product, the aha moment. Often it's realizing just how much cost is buried in an inefficient supply chain.
Hidden costs, right?
Big time. So you learn about sourcing, procurement, negotiating with vendors, smart inventory strategies, shipping, warehousing, mitigating risks. A well-oiled supply chain cuts costs significantly, speeds up delivery, makes customers happier. It turns a potential headache into a real competitive edge.
Huge potential there.
Yeah.
Okay, customer loyalty. That recurring revenue is gold for small businesses. How does a customer relationship management CRM strategy course help lock that in?
This course dives into how to structure and optimize all your customer interactions, usually using CRM software as a tool. It's about shifting from just reacting to problems to proactively building relationships.
Okay, proactive, not reactive.
Yeah. You learn about the customer life cycle, how to implement CRM software effectively, personalize your marketing, build loyalty programs that work, get feedback, keep customers coming back.
So it helps you understand them better.
Exactly. The article pointed out that better insights let you tailor your services, fix issues faster, boost repeat business, all leading to more predictable, scalable operations. It makes customer interactions an engine for growth.
Love that. Okay, e-commerce and digital retailing. Even if you're mainly a brick-and-mortar shop, why is this relevant? What efficiencies does it offer?
Well, it covers the platforms, the logistics, the marketing for selling online. And the article really stresses that even if you are mainly physical, understanding the digital customer journey is vital now.
Everyone's online somehow.
Right. So you learn about setting up online stores, Shopify, WooCommerce, etc., digital payments, online customer service, fulfillment, shipping, plus the basics of SEO, digital ads.
Right.
Adding an e-commerce channel diversifies your income, sure, but it also brings efficiencies, automated order processing, reaching customers way beyond your local area. It just broadens your horizons.
Makes sense. Diversification and efficiency. Now, data. Everyone talks about data, but making it work without drowning in it. What does business analytics and data-driven decision-making actually teach?
This class teaches you how to analyze your data to improve efficiency, productivity, profitability, the key insight from the article. Moving beyond gut feel to actionable intelligence.
You're turning data into actions.
Precisely. You learn about descriptive analytics, what happened, predictive analytics, what might happen, using KPIs and dashboards, visualizing data so it makes sense, A/B testing ideas, forecasting.
So it helps with, pricing decisions.
Yeah.
Staffing.
Exactly. Everything. Making informed decisions based on evidence, maximizing output, minimizing waste. It gives you a clear roadmap based on facts, not just hunches.
Very powerful. Okay, last one in this group, entrepreneurship and innovation. Who is this really for? Someone starting out, or can established businesses benefit too?
Both, absolutely. This focuses on business development, creative problem solving, innovative thinking. It's great for startups, sure, but also perfect for established owners looking to expand, pivot, or just, revitalize their business model.
So it's about staying fresh, staying relevant.
Exactly. The article framed it as sort of future-proofing your business. You cover spotting opportunities, innovating your business model, financing growth, pitching ideas, thinking about scalability. It gives you that strategic edge to adapt quickly, test new things safely, evaluate risk intelligently. It's about building a business that's always evolving, not just ticking over.
That's a great goal.
Yeah.
So we've covered a lot of ground here, a lot of potential classes. Does the article suggest you need a full degree to get these benefits?
Not at all. That's a key takeaway. It highlights different paths. Sure, degree programs, associates, bachelor's, MBA are comprehensive, but they're big commitments, time, and money.
Right.
Certificate programs are often a great middle ground. They're targeted, faster, focused on specific skills like project management or digital marketing.
They're bite-sized.
Yeah. And then there are just individual courses, perfect for plugging a specific knowledge gap without signing up for a whole program. Get immediate, actionable skills right when you need them.
And where do you find these? Is it just traditional universities?
Nope. Loads of options, really designed for flexibility. Community colleges are great, affordable, often flexible scheduling. University extension programs usually have evening and online classes tailored for working pros. And then the big online platforms, Coursera, edX, LinkedIn Learning.
Yeah, those are everywhere now.
Exactly. Offering college-level courses from top schools, often on demand. Incredible flexibility to learn on your own terms, your own schedule.
Wow. Okay, so we've really taken a deep dive today into how continuous learning can be so strategic for small business owners. From finance to projects to tech, the operational benefits seem really clear.
They really do. And if you step back and look at the bigger picture, the business world is just constantly changing, isn't it?
Relentlessly.
Technology, markets, customer expectations. Staying ahead isn't just about gut instinct anymore. It really demands that continuous, deliberate learning.
You're absolutely right. These kinds of classes, chosen strategically, don't just teach you how to run the business. They teach you how to run it better, more efficiently, more profitably.
That investment of time, maybe some money today, it could pay off massively down the road.
Definitely.
Which I guess brings up an important question for you, the listener. Thinking about your own business, your own operational challenges, where do you feel learning something new could make the biggest impact right now?
Yeah, what specific area could boost your efficiency, your productivity, your long-term stability?
Maybe it's time to think about building your own little custom curriculum, tailored just for your needs.
A great thought to end on. What class will you take next to help transform your operations?